Hello everybody, quick live at the end of my lunch break here, coming close. Want to go through a number of things. Trudeau just released CPAC 42 minutes ago. Just finished watching that. Unbelievable. That's all I can say. First, he goes to the Atlantic provinces. He doesn't have to quarantine because he's had his second shot, 14 days up, even though most of Nova Scotia's government is joined him virtually. They roll out $10 a day daycare. Trudeau says that's fine. Goes off into the new Pembroke Reserve discovery of another whopping amount of children genocide victims, bringing us to 1,863. Now, he says, oh, yeah, it's terrible, blah, 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 but you're going to get a daycare, $10 a day for every Canadian. That's what he's rolling out. Just finished rolling that out for Nova Scotia on equalization, centralization, transfer money. Then he goes on to get into vaccines, everybody. How for $10 a day you can donate vaccines to people all over the world, even though many of us haven't even got the second shot yet, and Trudeau's already getting wealthy Canadians to donate to as many people, and you, the third class, who don't even have your shots or got access to even a second shot, like myself, have to now be financially responsible for every wealthy first-class Canadian who donates to another country. We have to match it. We have to match it and go vaccinate somebody out of country, even though we're not entitled to our own vaccine. Isn't that something? Isn't that pathetic? More absolute autocracy, all of it. And understand this for daycare, everybody. If we're going to subsidize everybody to put their kids in daycare, how about then we subsidize those who wish to raise their kids at home, right? If we're going to go with this full-on socialism, which, hear me out, Canadians, if we're going to make it so people can go to work and raise their kids, let's make it so people can stay at home and raise their kids too. You can't have one without the other. You want to have an early childhood program? I'd be all about that if we're teaching children at a young age constitutionalism, teaching real world history at a young age in real architecture like they do in the United States of America. Learn the truth. Trudeau likes to talk today about truth. There was nothing about truth in anything he presented. He presented a program of absolutely the third-class taxpayer throwing away their money at whopping sums by none other than the autocratic justification of the first class. They will blow money and you will match it. We can't afford to match it. Then he's talking $10 daycare. Well, how about for those on the other side of the spectrum that wish to stay home and raise their children, Trudeau? Why don't they get paid to do that? You don't like the conservative narrative? You don't like mothers being at home with the kids? Why do you want to take them out of the home and have it so that the government raises the children? Nazi Germany did that too, Justin Trudeau. Nazi Germany 100% did that too. Did that too. And I can roll out absolutely what exactly Hitler did with the Polish Jews. Absolutely the same thing. Now, we're not there yet, everybody, but it's going to get there quite quickly. This is your Nazi Trudeau government. Any politician, if it wasn't Trudeau, it was going to be O'Toole and Jagmeet Singh. They are absolutely operating in the same autocratic colonial situation as Nazi Germany because it's the exact same system to a T. Same definitions, different nouns. Chancellor Hitler, Governor General of Canada. And it goes on and on and on. I've proved this verifiably, absolutely 100% historical truth. ICC knows it. The Five Allies know it. They know what Canada is. And I promise you all, these numbers in 1863, when we crack, and we will, mark my words, when we crack 5,200, Justin Trudeau and the rest of them are going to be shut down. Blue helmets are coming in, and the Five will resoundingly vote in favor of ICC and the Blue helmets taking this over 110%. First Nations, there will be no independent investigator. There will be no government involved. This is going out of your hands. And if you don't believe me, and you still want to follow NDP's garbage, horse shit, crown colonial narrative that's going to lead you to fall flat on your face, I urge you, look at the history of ICC and the African nations. There are more than enough African former colonials, tribalistic nations that are going to tell you it did not work with the Allies. There is 40 years of executions to prove it. 110%. Don't listen to your filthy media in Canada. Don't listen to your absolute garbage Nazi system built on government of Canada and all opposition parties. Don't listen to them. You're going to see anyway, the next phase is our UN resolution that China is going to go forward with for us. And you can be a part of that, First Nations. Many already are. But I urge you, drop the NDP. They're as guilty as heck. And for those who talk from the Maxime Bernier base about UN, oh, the Human Rights Council, oh, this Human Rights Tribunal, oh, this by the UN, that is the lowest of low-tier General Assembly, even lower than that, non-sanctioned Human Rights Council that is not binding in any way whatsoever. Those who follow that are NWO. Welcome to Maxime Bernier, your NWO. Those telling you they're going to leave the UN, you better all pray to God we don't get kicked out of the UN, because we're very close. We're already listed with the biggest human rights atrocity countries in the world today. That was done just 2 weeks ago by China at the UNSC. And did USA, UK, Russia, France, or, you know what, any and all of the other UNSC active members today debate that? No, they didn't. And further, they didn't go against China and Uyghurs. Wake up, Canadians. You're being fed an absolute load of shit. You're the NWO. There is no evil UN. You are the rogue, evil UN state leaders of the NWO. Congratulations. We're also modeled exactly like Nazi Germany, because that was a colonial nation too. As are all the human rights atrocity countries, are all former colonials, just like you. And you're even a stage worse, because you're still at the level of Nazi Germany. The ability to get an idiot to run your country or an absolute tyrant. It's open for anyone to do that. We have to work fast, CCP. We got to get it done. That's my lunch. Got to go. Bye, everybody. Share. It's important. It's huge. It's real.